Okay. It's tricky, but so I'm thinking about it. Oh my god! Oh, they were really rocky days. Like at some point, I was on rock bottom, but we're here because I'm a child of God, and He's always got me. I've got a job, so thank God for that. I have a job now. I feel like I've got snot, but anyway, I have to have my life figured out, and I'm not putting pressure on myself, but I understand that I don't really have time. I don't really have time. I need to figure out what I want to do and focus on that. And you won't be able to reciprocate that love to that person or to those people because you don't love yourself. When you don't love yourself to the extent that you're able to give it out. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abusii.m, and if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And if you're not new, you're a returning subby. Thank you for that. Thank you. So today is gonna be a sit down video only because I realized I haven't done a sit down video with you guys for a while, like in a while. So I decided to do a video titled Life as a 24-year-old. Tricky. But yeah, I'm gonna do a life as a 24-year-old. So so yeah, this is the video. If you hear any noise in the background, please excuse me. I don't live alone, as you guys know, but I'm trying just to capture this video in the most best way. I try to make it look nice, yeah, but yeah, let's just get in the video. So first of all, this is gonna be raw and uncut. Like I'm not gonna be sugarcoating anything. I'm gonna try to be as honest as I possibly can. And yeah, so in order to help me to like make so in order for me to do it properly, like in a like orderly way, I decided to jot down questions that I asked myself so that I can answer them, correctly and be able to just and not ramble. I'm trying not to ramble and not like make a long video. So the first question I wrote was, how has the year been since January? Um, so it has been it has been okay. I've had my rocky days. I've had quite a few of those, and the rest have just been okay. I think one, the change of environment played a huge role. Yeah, because I'm in a suburban place now, and I've always wanted to stay in a suburb. Even though this is not my house, but I'm staying in a student accommodation, and the area I'm in right now is very peaceful. There's not much noise like in town, and I have my own room too. Like I have my own room. As you guys know, I was sharing last year, so having my own space is everything. That's what I wanted from the beginning. So I'm extremely happy about that. I still am. Um, so that also played a huge role. I was able to really just be with myself, and whenever I feel some type of way, whenever I want to cry, I can literally just cry at any time, at any given time, and not worry what people will say if I'll disturb my roommates and all of that. And also, beginning of the year, I had a job working as a call center agent at Umhlanga, but then that didn't go well, and it eventually ended. I didn't even last long in that company only because they were being very shady. They were being very shady, and so for valid reasons, I had to leave that company. And I wasn't working. I was studying for the rest of the year until now. Um, like I said, I have had my rocky days, but we. Hey, I've actually had no, I've actually had a crazy year. Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, yo, my God, oh, they were they were really rocky days. Like at some point, I was at rock bottom, but we're here. We're here. We're still keeping at it. Um, it was yeah. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster. But right now, I can tell you, I'm very stable. I'm very stable. I'm in a safe space, if you could say so. Like things are leveled for now. Um, yeah, yeah, that's that. What were my goals for this year? Um, I think I stopped setting goals for myself because at times I wouldn't really work towards achieving them, and I was very inconsistent with goal setting and trying to achieve those goals. So I stopped setting goals. But I did have a few ideas in my mind. Like I knew that I wanted this year to be less stressful than the year before. I knew that I wanted to push harder in my academics. I knew that my goal was to pass this module that I'm doing this year, and I want to graduate this year. I knew that I want to get a job and move out of home this year, and I am working towards all of those things. I can positively say that my module grades are good this year. They're okay, like they're better than last year, and there's a huge chance for me to pass the module this year. Two, um, I did get a job beginning of the year, which was working towards me leaving home. Even though I left it, but because I'm a child of God, and He's always got me. I got a new job. So I got a job last week, Friday. Yes, I went to an interview last week, Friday, and the interview went extremely well, more than I expected, way better than I expected. And I'm starting tomorrow, which is Monday. So thank God for that. I have a job now. So yeah, and I've started looking for a place to stay when I leave here because I'm leaving next month in this student accommodation. So I don't want to go home. Ideally, I wouldn't want to go home, but I think I will have to go home while I look for a place and while I try to get used to the working environment. Probably by July, I'll be leaving to my new place. So yeah, but I've already started looking for places to stay, and you know, I have an idea. So yeah, I did set some goals, but I just didn't practically write them down. And I have some business ideas. I wrote them down, but I won't say them because I don't want to jinx them. But I know they will manifest in my life because I have included God in my plans. Um, I feel like what's not. But anyway, also I'm trying to hurry up because my phone is showing me flames. Guys, this is not a phone. I can tell you that. This is not a phone. Why not? This is not a phone. Like I'm so done with this phone. But anyway, um, have I achieved those goals? Uh, because they're long-term goals. No, not yet. But I am. going to achieve them because things are looking good. So yeah. Um, what have I struggled with this year? Oh, okay. Uh, this question is actually very deep. Yo, what have I struggled with this year? I've struggled with. I have struggled with choosing myself this year. Um, in many different ways, like in many different ways. But I believe I remember at some point this year I feel like this year has been I've been in a spiritual war, like a spiritual warfare. There's so many things that I know God wants for me, and He's shown me the things He wants to give me, and I've tasted some of them. I've tasted some of what I can get by literally completely relying on Him. But dude, I just keep drawing back to these other things that I'm not supposed to be engaging in, and yo, it's a lot, bruh. Like trying to balance your life to be completely dependent on God and also do worldly things, but not invest too much in worldly things because it's impossible to live in a world like this and not tap into those kind of things. It's just, mm, yo, this year has been a series. This year has been a series of my life, and it's been ugh, a roller coaster. And it's only been 6 months. January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. And I've had, I wouldn't say a bad year, but I've had quite a year. And it's only halfway through. Insane. Insane. But yeah, I've struggled with just choosing myself. Like, just, just choosing myself. By choosing myself, I mean feeling what I feel, understanding what I feel, and acknowledging how I feel and acting on how I feel and then standing on what I decide to act on. You know, like for example, if I feel like this friend is moving weird and I don't want to be around her, then just don't be around her. That's how you feel and you know why you feel like that. Then just don't be around her. And I struggle with not being around her. This is just an example, by the way, just an example. So yeah, it's things like that. It's things like that. I really, yeah. This year has been a lot. This year has been a lot. But yeah, anyway, next question. How's it like being 24? It's like I get a reminder every single time. Every single time I get a reminder that I'm 24 years old. That next year I'm turning 25. And that I have to have my life figured out. And I'm not putting pressure on myself. But I understand that I don't really have time. I don't really have time. I need to figure out what I want to do and focus on that. So I told you guys what my goals were. Yeah. But with regards to my degree, I think I've mentioned that I'm doing Bachelor's of Social Science in Politics and Criminology. So I would like to further my studies in criminology and do my honors, right? And there has been a lot of discouragement with regards to me furthering my studies, but I know I want to. And as much as there's this thing that there's so many people that have degrees and honors and masters but still don't have a job, yes, but I want to take the chance to do my honors and trust God to lead me in the path He wants me to be in. And by that I mean I will trust God to do my honors, pass it well, and finish it, get a job in that field, and excel. I will trust God for that, and I trust Him for that. That's why I'm going to do my honors. Yes, there are people who have their honors in criminology and are stuck at home, masters in criminology and are stuck at home. I know that, I understand that. I know it could possibly happen to me as well, but I'm willing to take the chance to overcome those kind of challenges. Thank you very much, management. Um, but like yeah, yeah, and obviously there is an idea of short courses. I have had that at the back of my mind. I wasn't really, I'm not sure if I want to do a short course because my chat is when am I going to do it? If I'm going to be doing my honors next year, God given, God willingly, if I'm going to be doing my honors next year, then when I want to do all these short courses, you know what I mean? So, but if like the opportunity presents itself, I'm definitely going to jump in, and it's going to have to be um, a profession that will really make me financially stable because that's the whole idea of doing short courses is having experience that will give you a job that is like has a good pay, so yeah. um how is school going? School is going fine. School's okay, honestly. I haven't felt such little pressure in all my years in university. Like I'm cruising nicely. I am cruising nicely this year. Like no pressure whatsoever. Yes, I have tests, I have assignments, I have presentations, but they're not bad. Like I'm able to manage everything this year. I've never panicked that much to feel like, oh, now I'm an academic warrior. No, 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 no. And I think that's why I'm doing well in my studies. That's why things are looking okay. I'm not doing extremely well, but I'm doing fine. Like I'm good. Like I'm good. Yeah, yeah. So school's going fine. School is fine. School is fine. What have you learned this year? Whew, okay, that's the second last question. So, um, I've learned that life has its ways. Like life has its ways. Life has its ups and downs. And if you're not like if you don't know yourself, like if you're not staying true to yourself, if you really don't know yourself, if you're just all over the place as a 24-year-old, a 23-year-old, a 22, 25-year-old, and you're still not sure who you are, life will rock you. Life will rock you because life needs you to set boundaries and stick to those boundaries. And life will force you to choose yourself at every given chance because it is not fair. It is not fair to anyone. It's never been fair to anyone. You have to invest in getting to know yourself. You have to invest in loving yourself more. Because if you don't love yourself more, you'll end up seeking love from other people just because you don't love yourself. And you won't be able to reciprocate that love to that person or to those people because you don't love yourself when you don't love yourself to the extent that you're able to give it out to people. You're gonna have to be satisfied with your flaws. You're gonna have to be satisfied with your perfections. You're gonna have to be satisfied with the person you are, with you, in order to include other people and other people's opinions in your life because it'll rock you. It will rock you. Like you will feel as if you're just living. No, not living. You're just surviving. And that's not living. Surviving is not living. Surviving is waking up in the morning and doing everything you do every single day, same routine, no purpose whatsoever, no goals, nothing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to be a girl that has goals. You want to be a girl that prioritizes Christ. You want to be a girl that reminds herself of the goals she has and she pushes herself to achieve them. You want to be a girl that makes mistakes and tries her best to learn from them. That's another thing. That's another thing. I have made so many mistakes this year and I have been trying to learn from those mistakes bit by bit, one by one, because and it's so nice when you learn from a mistake and when it almost happens in the future and you're able to prevent it from happening and you're able to reflect and pick that up. Uti, hey man, I nearly made that mistake and I didn't, which means I actually learned something. You get what I mean? Yeah, you know, yeah. And also, also, I'm gonna say this. Do not ever. I've learned to not ever again look down on myself. For the longest of times, unconsciously, I've always looked down on myself. I've never, I've always known that I'm great. I've always known that I'm special. I've always known I'm different. I'm not trying to make myself seem, but I've always known that I'm not. I'm a special person. Like, I'm a special person. I understand and acknowledge that the people around me know that I'm special, and they say that to me. Even the ones that don't, but they know I'm special. But I've always looked down on that. And I've never really said it out loud because I was scared of what people would think if I say those things. I was scared of how people may perceive me if I project those things. But, like, I know I am. Like, I know I'm a very special, unique, driven, smart, kind, caring, beautiful young lady. I know that. And as a girl in your early 20s, you have to say those things to yourself every single day. You have to remind yourself of the power that you have and the power that you give out there to people, because people will trample on you and people will make you feel small. People will make you feel small. People will make you feel small. And you're gonna have to hear it, but not listen to it. Like, okay, maybe you're gonna have to listen to it and not hear it. Yeah. Listen to it but not hear it. Don't let it manifest in your life. Don't let it have an effect in your life, because it'll cause a lot of imbalances. Trust me, I know. I've been talking for 21 minutes. But anyway, um, it'll cause. It'll cause a lot of imbalances. You don't want an imbalanced life, you know. And also be conscious of your emotions. Acknowledge how you feel in certain situations and understand those emotions. Um, be able to account for things you did to yourself and to other people. Um, but don't sink yourself in those emotions, especially the bad ones. Do not do that. Feel how you feel and find a way to fix it and move forward. You don't want to be in a slum. You don't want that. You don't want that. So those are all the things I learned. Like, just be true to yourself. Like, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. And if you feel like certain things aren't aligning with you or your values, don't engage. Like I said, boundaries. Set boundaries. I have struggled with setting boundaries for the longest time. And I have struggled with setting boundaries, and it's not nice. It is not nice. Be it with family, be it with friends, be it with my partner. It is it's or previous partners. It's just set your boundaries and be firm and strong enough to be able to say, okay, I do not like this, and I know this doesn't align with the kind of person that I am, and I don't want it in my life. Therefore, I'm stepping back and do exactly that. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, no one else will. No one else will. And I mean, no one else. No one else will. Thank you. Thank you. Um. Yeah, guys. Yeah. What advice would you give to another young girlie? Uh, I think I've already given advice. yeah, guys, I've already spoken. I've already given advice. It's just be realistic. Like, be realistic. That's another thing. Yo, living in a fantasy, it never works. Like, living in an idea that's in your head, it won't work. It won't work. Like, having this idea of the kind of life you want to live in, the kind of person you want to be, but you're not practically doing it. You're not practically working towards it. It won't work. You'll be stuck in that very same position. It it doesn't help anyone going on Google and searching apartments and knowing what kind of apartment you want, but you're not doing jack about getting that apartment. Be realistic. Be realistic about everything. You're writing a test on Monday. You want to get 80%. Study for the damn test. And I mean study. Yeah, study for the damn test. Like, you want to get, you want to have a good relationship with God. You want to have a better relationship with God. Give your time to be in the presence of God. Give your time to read His Word. Give your time to reflect on the Word. I'm saying this because I'm saying it to myself as well. I need to hear this as well. So we're in this together, bestie. Yeah. Um, just be practical. Be realistic. As realistic as you can. That's another way you can face life. Be realistic. Yes, be optimistic. No, but be realistic. Like, my storage is running out. But like, I just want to say, I hope this video is useful to each and every one of you, and I hope someone learned something from this. I will see you guys. I think once I get a new phone, my parents are trying to get me a new phone. It's not the one I want, but yeah, it's something I can work with for the time being. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it till this far. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment if you want to share some of your experiences. um yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. This is it from me. I'll see you guys in my next video.